All right, guys, it's been a couple weeks, couple months since me and Brian installed the spoon calipers. We ran into all the brake bleeding issues with the brake lines and all the flares blowing out. But today, not today, but the next couple of days, I'm gonna be filming the brake line installation. I finally got some brake lines, steel braided brake lines. I'll show you guys real quick. I got 8 meters, which I think is like 24 or so feet of this brake line. And I don't really know how to explain to you guys what I'm gonna do, but I'm going to film and kind of explain and show you guys as I go because this is new to me as well. So I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. With that being said, obviously I've gotten really far ahead of myself on the filming and I apologize for that. But the whole interior is gutted, seats and everything. I'm still working on getting these back plastics out. And then, yeah, I gotta go ahead and start removing all the old brake lines and all that garbage. We're not gonna be using any factory brake lines or factory proportioning valves from this point forward. All of that stuff is gonna be wiped and completely tore out of this car. I'm talking from underneath the car, from each corner, all the way up to the master cylinder and to that trash proportioning valve. Everything's gonna be removed and replaced with not only that brake line over there, but a new proportioning valve, which I'm able to bolt up right there. And then I can adjust between front and rear brakes and the proportioning and decide just how much braking force I want on the front as opposed to the rear. But just so you guys get a little bit of an overview here, the previous owner did all this tuck brake line kit. And he said supposedly it worked for a while. And then when I went to bleed the brakes, whatever, it didn't ever work for me. So, but this is a factory Integra. I believe it's a 60-40 proportioning valve. And it's got different hard lines that were flared with different AN fittings on each corner. And yeah, it pretty much just runs like that. Don't mind the wiring right now. And then all these lines run up there to the master cylinder. And then there's 2 flares right here that run underneath the car. Just want to get you guys ahead on what's going on and what the plan is. I noticed that the previous owner had removed the sound deadening in the back seats and in the hatch area. And it looks like he gave up on it entirely on the front. So yeah, that's another thing I gotta do. Today is Wednesday. Sai's supposed to be coming on Friday and we're gonna get these all mocked up. But until then, I'm gonna do all the sound deadening, clean up some of this wiring. And I just also noticed that the previous owner tucked the antenna wire underneath the carpet. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, enough of the talking. I'm gonna set you guys up on a tripod and do a time lapse of me removing these interior trim pieces. All right, so Boston showed up. He ran into Brolms and got some dry ice. Got just shy of 3 pounds of dry ice right here. Come to think of it, I don't know if that's gonna be enough to do this, but it's a start for now at least. So you're gonna want a hammer or a mallet and some sort of tool to scrape the sound deadening off, like a flathead screwdriver or some sort of scraper. And you guys are gonna wanna be really careful with this stuff because it will burn you. I don't have gloves to grab it, so I'm gonna just use my sleeve. Just throw the dry ice down like that. Grab your hammer. Just start breaking up the dry ice. And what happens is, with the dry ice being so cold, you can hear it. It'll eventually freeze up that sound deadening and cause it to start cracking, so it'll easily chip away and it will break apart. Just let it sit there for a little bit. You're gonna wanna move it around too. Then once it's sat there for a little bit, you just take your hammer or your mallet and just start smacking the sound deadening. Break it up. Hear it cracking?
Yeah.
Well, this is how far I got on this side. It's like 5 minutes. Just barely got here like 5 minutes ago.
So, yeah, it's just from the time I was taking a shit.
If you guys want to get like the residual stuff up, like all that extra crap right there, if you're like really picky about it like I am, you can get a brake clean and a rag, and this stuff just wipes right off.
What are we doing?
Where you been?
Where have I been?
You, well, the one weekend you were supposed to come here, you had, you built the shed. And then you had the kids. Then you went to Cali. So it's been over a month.
We're back on the grind.
Yeah, here we go.
again.
So we got that 60/40 prop valve out, and we just started tearing all the lines out. Bro, like my camera protector is broken. What?
You put it on.
I put it on. Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad, huh? I hate the smell of brake fluid. I hate the feeling of brake fluid. After dealing with this, I'm so sick of doing brakes. And they got me doing brake jobs at work, like Brembo calipers on Evos and Brembo 370Z calipers on a Datsun 280Z. Yeah, that's a thing. So I'm just doing brakes everywhere right now. So if you guys need brake jobs done, don't hit me up. Dude, did you see that meme where it was like when everyone's at Thanksgiving and they're all asking why the turkey tastes so funky, and it's because you did your brake fluid flush with a turkey baster? All right, we got all the brake lines out, all of them finally. That was fun. They're all right here. So now we got to jack the front of the car up so we can get to the fittings that are in the wheel wells on the driver front and passenger front. Once we get those fittings out, pretty much just on the home stretch from there. I guess personally the worst part's going to be that master cylinder, because I'm really scared it's going to leak brake fluid down the firewall. And for those of you who don't know, I just recently painted that back in March, so I'm kind of scared. Sai doesn't care, but I do. Yeah, we're going to jack this front end up real quick.
Oh, this guy. All right, what I'm doing here now, boys.
Removing these trash lines. I'll show them while you're doing that real quick. We got the passenger side line made up. This guy, and we forgot to film it. So that's cool. All right. Now we just got to break that guy loose, and then there's a nut on the back side that holds it up. It's kind of like a sandwich in between the firewall. Oh, if my knees.
Yeah, pull it out. There you go. So that's all that was. Coupler that goes through the firewall.
Brake line inside went to the prop valve, and then that side went down to this caliper.
I shoved that line through the hole.
Can I borrow that so I can show? Yep. Thank you, sir. All right, check this out. So there's the new line. Now I'm gonna tuck this behind all the wiring harness so it's nice and out of the way. Here comes that line. Hope you guys can see that. Now I'm gonna just pull this line out a little bit. So this line is pretty much gonna dead end right here. And then there's gonna be a T that's gonna run from the passenger side caliper to this line right here into the driver's side caliper. We'll show you guys from there. So I'm gonna set you guys down.
So this piece will go to a T, and off the T will go to the proportioning valve. We'll go straight to the braided line that goes on the caliper. So it'll tap right into that.
Pretty much from the center of the cabin up like that. So
Yep. To
give
this.
you guys like a visual of what it will look like.
This will come off. It'll screw right into this guy, to the braided lines, right to the caliper. You're gonna get brake fluid all over the freaking firewall.
It's not funny.
You freaked out last time.
I'm gonna freak out this time too. Nothing changed. I don't know why you think that's funny.
It's hilarious.
All right, guys. This is like day 5.
Motivation went way down.
This is very, very nice. Check this out.
God. So last night we cut all the new brake lines, and these are all nice braided, high pressure lines. So we cut them all in lengths. We got to get the fittings. He'll come in and do the fittings and everything for us.
This had me so confused, bro. This thing hurt my head. I tried to call you earlier. I had a dream about this last night. That's how stressed I was.
Okay, so the way this is you got your master cylinder inside here. The master cylinder has one out, and it has a T. The T will come out, so you'll take one basically to the front 2 brakes. The second line will go to the proportioning valve. The proportioning valve has an in and out. The out will go to the back and do the same thing as it did in the front, where it tees off to the rear. And then from there, there's a knob where we can adjust it however percentage we want. You can even shut the rear brakes all the way off and have it full 100% in the front, or 80-20, 40-60, whatever you want to do there. So that's the setup. So it's going to eliminate all the hard line stuff. It's all going to be nice braided. That's where we're at here with that. We didn't want to finish last night. I mean, we did all we could last night. We can't really do much more. But we decided to explain it a little bit today. And then, yeah, we'll go into full detail on it, show you guys how everything's gonna be. And the best part is everything's gonna be hidden, so it's gonna look factory.
Yeah, it's all gonna be tucked.
Clean.
So he's giving me clips too. The clips will, like, for example, I'll grab this one and show you guys. The clips will wrap around this, and then you're able to self-tap it down into the chassis, so it's really nice and tight, and you won't be able to wiggle it. It won't move around or anything. It'll be completely stationary as if it is a hardline. So hope that makes sense to you guys. But I think that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, if nothing else, hanging out with us and us trying to figure out how we wanna do this, especially with me being extremely picky. But I hope to see you guys next time. This is part 1 of part 2 on the DC2 brake line tuck kit conversion. So hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time.